Hey everybody, welcome back to the Carry and Cut YouTube channel. And if you're new here, we sure do appreciate you stopping by and watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and also check out our Instagram at Carry and Cut and our Patreon at Carry and Cut also. We really do appreciate you guys supporting our channel. All the proceeds from the Patreon are going to go directly back into the channel to buy new knives, new equipment, to hopefully make the content and the quality better for you guys. So today, we are going to be looking at the Benchmade 290 BK1, the full immunity. This is a very cool, I think this would be even California legal. Maybe not. I think it has to be under 2 inches for California, but this is a very slim, small, everyday carry knife that Benchmade offers. It's definitely one of the more versatile blade shapes you can get. This is a Warncliffe bladed knife, and it is just a very cool small package. I was really surprised when I got this thing in hand and really seen how you know, obviously how small it was and how easy it is to handle. Even for being such a small knife, I can still, I have medium hands and I can still get 4-finger grip on it, even being all the way back up here and where your index finger kind of grooved out for you. So it's definitely pretty cool, especially there's a little bit of tiny finger twirl you might be able to get onto, but you really got to be careful of that because you're getting right into the sharpening twirl right there, and your finger is going to get really close to that. So let's go over some specs before we get talking too much into it. Overall length of the blade, or the whole knife, is going to be from tip to end just about 6 inches. Not quite 6 inches, but really close to it. Blade length is coming at 2.5 inches, and the sharpened edge is right about 2 1/4. So we got, what do we got for our handle? We are looking at a flat dark earth anodized 6061 T6 billet aluminum on the handles, and it's really nice feeling. They have a nice like diamond, I guess that would be like a some sort of diamond patterned milling going on here on the titanium or the aluminum handles, and that makes it for, you know, a pretty nice traction on here. Good grip for what it is. I know aluminum can definitely be a little bit slippery on some cases, and this really does, you know, add some much needed traction. Nothing's going to be too crazy. It's not going to tear your pocket or anything like that up. So definitely pretty cool. And he's also put the mini Benchmade deep carry clip on it, which is definitely nice to see. We got a Cerakoted blade, and this blade is made of M4 super steel. So if you guys know anything about M4 steel, it is incredibly hard. This is from 62 to 64 HRC, and so it is a super nice, hard, tough steel. You're gonna be able to put it through its paces. So this thing is only 9/100ths of an inch, so it's definitely a very slim, slicey blade, and it's going to be able to perform very well. And even it is as thin as it is, that M4 steel is really going to help you for your, you know, your toughness. And you actually be able to put this thing through its paces. You know, I wouldn't go crazy with any type of work you're going to be doing with it. Of course, it's not a screwdriver, it's not a pry bar, but you know, you're not going to be too worried about that nice acute tip, you know, breaking off or anything like that for you. And that tip is super pointy, nice and pokey. So that is going to be pretty awesome. Now let's go ahead and get a weight on it for you. Of course, this weight is going to be a little off because he does have a brass lanyard dude on there. So let's go ahead and give Miss Carry Cut another shout out for using her kitchen scale. As always, I'm going to have to just buy her a new one, just keep using hers full time. So we're looking at right at 2.6 ounces, which is very, you know, respectable for being, you know, just about 2.5 inch blade too. So that's what a lot of people like to see. You know, I'm not too crazy. I've said it before. The balance is a little off. I don't know if that's just because of the lanyard or not, but I'm not too focused on the whole weight of the knives. You know, I like to have something a little more substantial in my hand as it is anyway. And I'm a big fan of anything to do with a metal scale. You know, I'm not too particularly, don't like the G10's fine. G10 is definitely fine, but the stuff they put on the bug out, I can't think of what it is off the top of my head, but that stuff is just a little too, I think it's grivery. I think that's what it was. Grivery, something like that. That stuff is a little too flexy for me, and it even does have full liners, even though it is aluminum, so that's kind of strange to see. But of course, you got, you know, your finger safe ambidextrous lock, there we go. So you got that going on, so your fingers stay out of the way of the blade when you're opening and closing, and that's also very nice. You know, you're not gonna have to worry about cutting your finger off or anything like that. Dual thumb stud deployment. You can even, you know, do the good old push pull the axis lock back and flick it out. So the lock is super strong on these. Lockup is awesome. You know, no blade play, no wiggle, anything like that. Very nice. The only one downside, if there is a downside to this knife, is going to be the price. So you're going to be $300 for this knife, at least off the Benchmade's website. And I will have this stuff linked down in the description below. all the tools that I use in all my videos and everything is going to be, they're pretty high quality, definitely affordable, and they're all going to be down in the description below in the links. And if you'd like to check those out and use our links, it sure does actually help us, but don't feel obligated that you have to. So, she about lost it right there. This thing's definitely small. It's kind of hard to handle, and it's definitely smaller than any of the knives that I'm usually used to carrying. So I'm more of a, I like to have a bigger style knife. So let's do some comparisons up against the 945 Mini Osborne. This one's pretty cool. It has copper scales from Flytanium, copper Flytanium backspacer. And these are solid copper, so they are very nice. I just did a disassembly video on this and a little bit of review, so go ahead and check that out if you want to also. So that's a very nice one. How about the, man, we just got all sorts of copper going on. How about the Rat 2? And this is in Rat 2 D2, so it's definitely smaller than all of those, both of them. And then, I don't know if we have anything else that would be really good to show. How about, let's go ahead and show off my new beater, our CJRB Hectare. So it's definitely a lot smaller than that one. But my overall, thoughts and conclusions about it, I really do like the shape, how it holds in the hand. I really do like this nice, useful gym thing they give you. It's almost, takes up at least a quarter or more of the blade, so you can really get your thumb done in there. These Warncliffe blades are going to be awesome for any sort of, utility cuts. You can really get down fine in there on the tip if you want to do some, super detailed fine tip work. And with this M4 steel and our super nice slicey tip, you're not going to have to worry too much about this, tip bending, breaking, anything like that. So it's definitely nice. It is definitely going to be tricky to sharpen though. This stuff is incredibly hard, but with that Warncliffe profile, it's going to be pretty, at least if you have the right stones, if you have some nice diamond stones, you should be able to sharpen this thing up like it's going to be no problem. So overall, I think this is a success. If you want to spend the $300 price tag to get you into something like this, then feel free to go ahead and do it. I would definitely like it. I don't know if I would particularly buy this. Like I said, this is one of our viewer Steven's knives. He sent a whole pile of knives in that we've been going over here recently on the Carry and Cut YouTube channel. So I want to give him a huge shout out, just making all this possible and giving all this different content for you guys. These definitely aren't a bunch of knives that I would be, I have purchased yet. So a lot of these I've never even seen before. I've seen pictures of them on the internet, but never held them in my hand. So make sure you check out all of our recent videos. It goes over pretty much all of, I think it's like half of his collection that he sent in. So that's super cool. Eventually one day I would like to be able to, get like a kind of like a knife circle going where we could, share the knives. And I want this to be a community, respectful people, cool people that, just like pocket knives. And also do need to, throw in our plug here for our 500 subscriber giveaway. We got our Civivi Praxis button lock coming in here at 500 subscribers. And I just checked, I think we're at 415 subscribers. So we're getting there. I've said it a million times. Tell your friends, tell your family, your mom and dad, brother or sister, newborn baby, uncles, aunts, whoever you want to. Get them on board here to the Carry and Cut crew. And, it really does mean the world to me to be able to, give this stuff for you guys and put it out here and just share my opinions on it. So overall, cool knife. Definitely small. This is going to, pretty much hide away in your pocket. You're not even going to be able to tell it's there. So it's definitely a great utility worker. And he can tell that he definitely uses this thing. I think he's in the construction industry, so he's, using his knives, especially these, these, I consider this a high-end knife. Of course, it's not a custom or anything like that, but, $300 on a pocket knife is pretty, you're getting up there, definitely getting up there to a pretty good price. And, he uses them. So that is definitely awesome to see. I'm a big fan of people that use the knives they buy. I could see not using your $10,000, custom, Marfion custom or whatever it is like that. But, something like this, they're meant to be used. They're meant to be abused. And, as long as you got a little bit of know-how, you can take these knives apart and you can sharpen them and clean them and they can last you a lifetime. So that's really cool. And the Benchmade's warranty, just Benchmade in general, I think they're an awesome brand. Their build quality is next to none, especially with these, crossbar locks. They're Axis lock, the originators of it. And I really like the way they're doing them. I'd like to check out Kaiser's new, they have their clutch lock, I think it's called. It has the different adjustable settings for your Omega springs. I would really like to get into that one day and check out what those are about and see how they work. I know I'm not really the biggest fan of the CJRB crossbar locks just yet. I don't know why. Just something about them feels a little different, and they're just not my cup of tea, I guess you could say, for the most part. I don't really understand. I don't know. It's kind of hard to put into words, but just in feeling, they just feel different. These feel, of course, they're going to be higher quality. These are made in the United States. So anytime I can support, USA made brands, it's definitely definitely appreciate them. You know, it's cool to see stuff like this coming out of America. And I know the prices are definitely a lot higher than, you know, your $50 CJRB hectare, but, you know, the build quality, there's someone, you know, somebody's family, somebody's son, daughters out there making these and providing for their family, and that's the cool thing. You know, they're definitely paying these people. I imagine they're paying them pretty well in the Benchmade factory to be able to put these together for. So, you know, the quality stands, you know, it speaks for itself. And just, you know, this is definitely something you're going to be able to, heck, if you take care of it, you'll be able to pass this down to your children. So definitely cool. I recommend it. You know, even though it's small and it's not my cup of tea per se, it is definitely still a cool, useful, and just a good tool. That's exactly what it is. It's definitely a good knife, a good tool. Wouldn't be afraid to use it. So awesome, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time.